Teacher Mindy here again. Today, I just want to tell you my story about starting my virtual teaching. So first, the why. Why did I start my virtual teaching journey? We bought a second home, which was a lot of money, going out to furnish the home and to buy ATVs for enjoying the property, etc. So there was a lot of money going out that necessarily wasn't coming in. So I decided to do my part and help out and get a second job. So what I did is I researched on YouTube ways of making an income from home. And one of the options came up with something called VIPKID. And I'm like, wow, I could teach from home. I love teaching. I just didn't love the long hours that I had. I didn't love the whole dynamic of the principal constantly asking for more and more work from you, etc. There were just many drawbacks about brick and mortar teaching versus working from home. So I thought, this sounds like a great side gig for me. I miss teaching the little kids, but I don't miss all of the bureaucracy that goes along with a brick and mortar public school. So on a whim, I went ahead and applied for VIPKID. I hadn't even told my husband about it. I just applied. It was a quick application. I did it and if I get hired or an interview, I'll let him know, but it probably won't happen. So I'm not even going to mention it unless it does. So a couple days later, I get an mail and a phone call saying that they wanted to schedule the interview and for me to teach a mock lesson. So then I had to obviously explain a few things to my husband about this new venture I was thinking about starting. So of course, being the husband that I have, who is an engineer, he did a great deal of research on this company before willing to allow me to put our banking information out there for a company based out of China. And what was this company going to be doing? Accessing our computer and spying on us, etc. All that conspiracy theory stuff that goes on with husbands sometimes. So he researched and found very, very good reviews about VIPKID and how it was a legit company, and it really was a company that had some great reviews for working for it. So I went ahead and did my interview, practiced for my mock class during that interview, etc. And within a week, I had gotten hired for VIPKID. Okay, so you have to understand that I am not a very tech savvy person. My idea of learning something technology related is saying, hey, honey, come here, honey, can you come here and help me? Which is standard. Either my husband comes and helps me or my girls will come and help me, but somebody comes and helps me. And 9 times out of 10, they just do it for me. They don't take the time to sit down and show me how you do it and let me practice it. They just click and do it all for me. So luckily, VIPKID had amazing training, all sorts of training things and classes that you could go to and learn the platform and learn how to do everything, how to teach virtually. I had no idea how to teach virtually. With students misbehaving, you can't just go stand right next to them. Props, what's this whole prop thing that you needed to show props? There were so many things that I needed to learn about teaching virtually. And VIPKID provided for free all of that training to help me to become a great virtual teacher. It took me about 5 months to get fully booked for what I considered fully booked. So my booking goals were 20 to 25 classes per week. So making between $800 and $1,000 in a month. That was my goal. I started teaching at first overnights. I learned quickly that overnights were not for me. I was a little zombie the next day. I was excited about all the money I made and how well my bookings were going, but I paid for it the whole next day. I was super, super tired and just slept a lot. So I knew working overnights was not going to be a good idea. Then I decided I was going to only open early morning, like 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So 2 hours in the morning time slots, and then a couple hours in the evening. And that's about the time that COVID hit over in China. So with that hitting over in China, the students were all shut down. They were home, taking classes from home and not at school. So they were able to take classes more during the early evening time slots. I had prior to that had some students who would take classes like 11:30, between like 10 and 11 p.m. They'd be home on their lunch hour and they would get a quick class in, and I would get some students that way. But I decided, I did not want to teach very late. I wanted to go to bed by 10 so I could be ready to get up by 6 in the morning. So that worked for a while, and I was teaching consistently, maybe anywhere from like around 4 classes in the morning, and I would do a couple classes in the evening. And I would also do some Saturday morning and Sunday morning classes. So I was working 7 mornings a week for a while when I was fully booked. But now I have backed off, and I keep backing off more and more from the crazy VIPKID hours. So right around the time when the US got shut down, and the brick and mortar teachers were staying at home, so they were opening up more time slots to teach with VIPKID. And that was about the same time that VIPKID also announced that they were going to be doing a slight pay cut for the teachers, for most teachers. If you were a very fully booked teacher, your pay was not getting cut, but you had to work like full time for that to happen. And I was not interested in working full time. So at the time that my bookings plummeted again and they announced the pay cut, I decided to go ahead and try Outschool. I had seen some videos about some teachers that were trying Outschool, and was just encouraged by it. That you could work a lot better hours than VIPKID and make more money per hour because you set your own rate and you set how many students you're going to have in your class. So all of that depends on your pay. But so I did just go ahead and apply and got accepted right away and started building my classes and making my classes. So the great thing is I get to do that during the day. When my husband's working, I'm not working anymore on the weekends. I stopped working my weekends, and just recently I stopped working my evenings. So now I'm only working for VIPKID Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So 4 classes in the morning at the most. Some days it's 3 classes. Just depends on what I get booked. And then I'm not working in the evenings anymore and not working on the weekends. And with Outschool, I have only been teaching pretty much 2 days a week. Once in a while, I might have to add an extra day because of a parent request, but pretty much 2 days during the week I work for them. And I only work during the day, during your normal 9 to 5 time slots. And I do give myself a good half an hour at least, sometimes an hour in between each class, so I can have time to eat lunch, go to the bathroom, regroup, set up for my next class, etc. So with Outschool, one really big disadvantage is that you spend a lot more time and money making your own curriculum. So you're ordering things off Amazon for your read alouds, or you're spending a lot of time thinking about, well, what should my next class be? And you do spend a lot of time thinking and developing and creating content. So even though you're making a lot more money per student contact hour, you still have all the lesson planning and things to do outside of that. I am amazed at how much I can make with Outschool. I just finished up a class where I read 3 different read alouds about dogs and taught the students 3 different crafts to make for dog toys, dog toy crafts. So that was about an hour and 15-minute class, and I had 7 students enrolled, and they were all very sweet, very well-behaved girls that took my class, and I made $68, cleared $68 for an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, I can't go work anywhere and make that kind of money. So that kind of money is awesome. But the downside is I did have to take a little step back from it and say, okay, I have 6 classes published. I can offer 6 different classes, but now I need to take a little step back from my course creation and try to balance my life a little bit more. So I am teaching VIPKID and Outschool, making great money. I'm helping out with up to like $2,000 in a month is what I make between my 2 companies, and not even working full-time at all. But I am helping out to fund this extra vacation home that we purchased. The other thing is, now with taking that little bit of a step back and not constantly, what do I need to create next? What do I need to do next with Outschool? I'm getting some time back to enjoy my crafting and my hobbies and getting to do some sewing and some fun things. So I'm really grateful that both of the platforms that I work for are going so well. I'm really grateful that I have decided to diversify and to work with 2 different companies. If something were to go south with one company, I still have another company that I can be helping and bringing some income into our house. So I just wanted to give you a little info about my journey with teaching online, how it's going. If you would like to start your journey to helping to earn some side income for your family, then send me an email and I can give you more information about VIPKID and Outschool, and I'd be happy, totally happy to help you through the hiring process. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching my story about why I started teaching virtually. Thanks. Bye.